Hey, this is Ray, and welcome to my workshop. Today I'm doing an interview with Chris Franklyn, founding member of the Guitar Builders Collective, a small group of us who build guitars worldwide. I hope you enjoy this interview, and I hope it's the beginning of a series. Stick around. So something I like about Chris, and I've always enjoyed, he has a self-depreciating sense of humor and doesn't mind looking stupid in his shop, just like me.
The Great Guitar Build-Off 2020 is happening. I thought I'd throw my hat into the ring. And then the dog said, "Get back in the shed, you idiot." Hello, and this is my entry into the Great Guitar Build-Off 2021.
The very first interview for the Guitar Builders Collective. Chris, you and I live nowhere near each other. Who are you and where are you from?
We're an ocean apart, yeah. I'm in the UK, sort of probably about half an hour out of London to the west.
You were one of the first people to put together what is the Guitar Builders Collective. I would call it a chat group on Instagram, but
Yeah.
I don't know how many guys are on there now, but it's a 24-hour chat that's going on and has been for years now. So
The chat friends sometimes.
thanks for setting that up to start with. So first question, what got you into guitars? Do you have any history of music in your family? What brings you to this?
My parents weren't particularly musical, although there was always a guitar in the house. But it was mostly when I hit my 40s and I had my own kids that I kind of rediscovered my old guitars that I had when I was a teenager. I never really learned to play properly because I don't think I really understood how hard. This was the first guitar I ever bought, which didn't look like this when I had it, but I just started playing with it to kind of fix a few things, and I kind of got the bug of like, if I can fix a guitar, I can build a guitar. I kind of got addicted to like watching stuff on YouTube of people building stuff like Crimson or Texas Toast. They're the main two ones you see on there. Although since the Great Guitar Build-Off, there's been a ton of people building up.
Well, that's kind of the reason I thought we should talk first, because we're very similar in that we're not really building guitars for sale per se, and we got into it about the same time. But it is it's an interesting thing that happened because there's a bunch of us that did the same thing. At least I think so. So what was the first guitar you ever bought with your own money?
It was it's a bass guitar. I've got it here ready. It's a jazz bass copy by a brand called Phoenix, who were building guitars for Fender at the time, and they were kind of also making their own copies. Once Fender got wind of that, they kind of stopped the contracts. But so it's quite a decent one for the money I paid for it. And my first guitar was the one I waved at the camera a minute ago. So yeah, those are my first two I've had since... I was probably about 15 years old when I bought this, and 17 when I bought that. So I've had them a long time, so I really should know how to play them by now. Yeah, more recently I started modifying them and then get into building. I'm going to go back to this one soon, my first one, and kind of strip it back and try and put it almost back to how it was originally, but make it good.
So are you much of a guitar player, or are you just a builder?
Sort of thrash metal or Nirvana, stuff like that is what I usually turn to. It's easy to play.
Yeah. I think we're going to find as we talk to the guys, a lot of the guys are frustrated guitar players who may be tone junkies that kind of decide, well, I can do that better.
Yeah.
You know, and
what got you started?
What got me started? So my family always had guitars in the house, but it was like classical guitars. My dad played a little bit, like 4 songs. I mean, and my brother played, and he took lessons. I was the one that didn't want to learn lessons. I wanted to just write my own stuff. So, I don't know, 25 years ago, I started buying my own guitars and recording equipment. I like to write stuff. And I learned well enough to do my own things, but I'm a terrible guitarist. Because I like to play. I don't like to practice, I like to play. What are you building right now?
I've got 2 guitars on the go at the moment. I've got this one back here. I've tried to develop a model which I'm hoping might be on sale at some point. Sort of halfway between an SG and a Strat. So I'll wave it at the camera because it's convenient. It's an S-type, but with improvements, hopefully. And once I've got those 2 built, I've got other ideas to go. But yeah, it's the most fussy I've ever been building a guitar. I've often kind of, you rush towards the end. But these ones I'm trying to kind of make absolute perfect.
One of the things I find amusing about you and your channel is you don't take it so seriously. I mean, you kind of you build a guitar neck with OSB.
Yes.
That's
I was trying to put that guitar. I was trying to make different materials, and it's just like, what have I got laying around? What haven't I used yet? OSB. Nice. If I'd planned that out, I may have used OSB on the body and plywood on the neck, but there was no plan.
But that's the other thing. Yeah, I've watched many of your videos. You're very very nice guy. You're self-depreciating. You kind of just go in there. I loved your multiple. Sounded like a Blink 182 song, but kind of multi-tracked yourself playing the guitar. It was fun.
That's a band called Therapy, but yeah, that was. It was kind of inspired by them because they're all kind of dark and miserable. So I made a guitar that was all sparkly and bright to kind of counteract that.
Been a tough time, hasn't it?
Yes.
So, what are your hopes, your dreams? What do you see this turning out into long term?
I haven't made a video for a long time because I've been concentrating on getting these 2 guitars good. So once that's happened, I want to make more content on YouTube because that was the fun part. Kind of just because you interact with loads of people. It's not like you don't make videos to find people to sell guitars to. You almost kind of make friends with other builders that way. So
yeah, that sounds right. Because right now I know I've built several, and I've had people contact me and say, "Hey, I'd like to buy that guitar." And no.
Yeah, no, I've got a goal this year that I want to actually sell 2 guitars, but we'll see how it goes.
That's great, and it may be a way to find commissions. I think there's a lot of guys out there that are building a few guitars a year. My goals are pretty simple. I started this at the beginning of the pandemic, like just about everybody else, and I originally wanted to get a YouTube channel and get $1. And then they moved the goalpost. They won't send you a check for $1. You have to have $100.
Yes. Yeah. No, I had a channel before that literally. I think it used to be 100 subscribers, and then I got my 100 subscribers. I thought, yay! Now they made it 1,000 subscribers and 400 hours in a year or something like that.
Yeah. I hit that threshold, but I'll tell you, for a small channel to get the algorithm to pick you up, I think you actually have to work really hard at this. This is probably the lowest paying job I have ever had. How did you originally get involved in the Great Guitar Build-Off, and what was your experience with that?
I think it's partly your fault.
Shit. Sorry.
No, I remember that it came along and I thought, it'd be really nice to join in. And then I noticed there was you and I think 2 other guys.
Is it Derik?
Eric, E.R. Webster, Eric.
There's E.R. Webster, and I think there was a guy called Derik Furminster as well.
Oh yeah, Nailz.
No, yes, him, yeah. And I think the three of you started releasing videos. And I thought, I could do this. And I remember Ben Crow on one of the videos said we've had 14 people to sign up to do the Great British Build Along, and then like a week later they said, we've got 150 people doing it. I was like, whoa. And like I said, like you mentioned earlier, I did that joke guitar using that plywood and MDF and OSB, and all of a sudden it was a serious competition. I'm like, ooh. Bit like more like a cheer.
I don't think it was actually ever really that serious. I think it was always a build along. The second year got serious, or more serious, because a lot of people were coming in, that really, really wanted to win it, including me.
Yeah, same. Also, because there was an entry fee, I think people were like, "Yeah, we'll really go for this."
Overall, have you felt good about it, about being involved in the whole thing?
Yeah, no, I've met. Sounds cheesy, but I've met loads of really good friends now through it, which is the better prize of it all, I think. I think I put myself under a lot of pressure last year to make a good guitar when I didn't really have the skills. So I think I was disappointed with the end result, but it was definitely worth doing.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think I had the skills, but I didn't have the time.
Yes.
The-
Unfortunate situation.
Between family things going on and my work, it was not slow by any means, and I just wasn't able to stop. Maybe I'll kind of bring myself down and build something that's less complicated than I tried to do.
Yeah, you did set high expectations for yourself. Was it 2 guitars and a case?
2 guitars, 1 case. Yeah, yeah.
1 guitar convertible.
Yes. Might have been a little aggressive. Hey.
Are you an engineer by your day job then? Or?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm an engineer. I love the design side. And to be honest, as an engineer, I should just be doing this in CAD, CNCing the whole thing, but I don't want to.
No, if you want to create things with your hands, I guess. So it's like more tactile, yeah.
Exactly.
You're not mass producing something, so
No, but if I were, yes, I would absolutely CAD it out. I would tolerance everything. I'd be doing CNC machining. I'd be doing the whole thing if I were producing more than 1 guitar at a time.
Yeah.
Because it'd be crazy. Even with old school tools, even if I had pin routers and stuff like that, I don't think it would be good to just to try to do it in that way. I mean, you might make enough money to buy the materials for the next guitar. What do you think about being on YouTube, having a small channel? And what do the friends and family think about your channel? Because
I think I've gone out of my way not to let my family know. It's kind of, I don't know, yeah, I'm a bit shy like that. It's like, I don't mind strangers seeing it, but it's like people you know, it's like, oh, I'm a bit wary of that. My kids think it's funny to see me on the screen. But
my wife is going, I show her my videos and she's like, oh, it's using a bandsaw again. Like, what? Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Or you're drawing again. Yeah, kind of that. She's my foil. She tells me to edit.
That's good, yeah. No. You need someone in your life to keep you grounded.
I got some friends that keep me grounded. I go, hey, I got a new video. They're like, oh, good. Maybe I'll go check that out. Like, yeah.
I think I would like to make like pocket money out of it, so you got money to plow into building the guitars and stuff. But yeah,
the whole thing could be turned into something that is self-generating, but not something that's going to, I guess, feed your family. So what do you think about our community we got going on, the Guitar Builders Collective, or just say the broader range of people who follow these channels? What do you think of it?
I think it's great. It's people all over the world, but we all have very much in common with the guitar building. There's a lot of similar attitudes and a lot of camaraderie, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Got all the coasts of the U.S., middle U.S., Texas. We've definitely got a number in UK, a couple in Australia.
Yeah, and via YouTube I'm chatting to people in Finland and Germany. And
who knows? There's probably at least 10 people that would like to go do these interviews. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to you guys. It's funny. You meet up with somebody who you had absolutely no idea that you would get along. And
it's funny, when we first turned the cameras on, I'd never spoken to you in person before, but we both started talking.
Right, we did do introductions. It's like, hey, I'm Ray, I'm Chris. No, it's like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Mostly been tapping away on my phone, but before that, but just when it's in person, it was just...
It carried over quite nicely.
I've seen your shop. You've seen my office here.
Well, hopefully maybe one day when the world opens up again properly, we can all end up in the same place.
Yeah, we've talked about that. We need to pick a pub somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic.
I don't know what the geographic center of all of us would be. It'd be somewhere near the center of the earth, actually. Yeah, I think there's, I'm not going to name anybody right now, but I think there's several on my list to give them a call up. And once we've demonstrated this, and by the way, we need to have like a six-person round table.
Definitely.
This has been the interview, and hope everybody enjoyed it, and we'll see everybody later.